It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640, it is The Conway Show. Ding dong. What a weekend. What a weekend. All right, we got news to get into, and we'll get to the news. You know, the Shohei Ohtani hitting 3 home runs, getting 10 strikeouts. That's never been done. The Dodgers win. They go on to the World Series. Okay, we'll get into that. There was an accident, a horrible accident at Huntington Beach, and we're going to cover that as well. Somebody drinking and driving hit 3 bicyclists. 1 person has passed away, and that's a horrible story. We'll get some more details on that, but that changes the lives of a lot of people, man. A lot of people. And then there's some other local stories. We got Michael Monks coming on at 4:20. That guy's always great. And he's going to be talking about downtown news. And, you know, he's the only guy that covers downtown. I don't see it any other time. You know, there's just fluff pieces on how great the mayor is and how great the city council is. And that's about it. But what a weekend at Morongo. The big party was Saturday. I hope you got there. There were a lot of people who gave me really great gifts. But in the shuffling of the gifts and putting them all in one bag, there's 2 that I can't identify who gave them to me. One guy gave me a voucher for Santa Anita, and another guy gave me a really cool, or a guy or a gal, I don't know, gave me a really cool tool set. And I'm going to tell you what it is here. It's called Fantic, Fanttik. And it's a screwdriver, an electric screwdriver, and it's really cool.
Fantics, yeah.
Yeah, but if you could please email us, I'd like to thank you on the air or in person or, send you a thank you note. Just if you had given me the voucher for Santa Anita or this Fantic tool.
Those things are awesome.
Yeah, they were really cool. Please email us here so I can personally thank you on the air and maybe in person and through mail. I'd like to, you guys went out of your way and we're awfully generous like you are every year. So Conway Show at iHeartMedia.com. Conway Show at iHeartMedia.com. It was a great event. There were 2 guys who did the "Do you know who I am?" And I don't do the "Do you know who I am?"
They ask you if you knew who
do you know who I am? Well, one of them was Steve Krieger, which is great because I've never met him before, and he's a really cool guy. And he had just had a knee surgery. I think on his right knee, the left knee, he'd already had that done. And he's come out with us a ton of times. He's great. He's an ex-fire captain with LA County Fire.
Yeah, and he came on with us overnights during the wildfires.
That's right. Yeah, like at 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yes.
And he's great. He really is terrific.
Steve gave me an avocado pruning shears that I immediately used yesterday at home.
Oh, that's cool. That's great. When somebody gives you a gift, you use it like next day.
Yes.
That's really cool.
I didn't get those, but
well,
okay.
Do you have avocado trees?
No.
Then why would you get one?
That's true.
There. Okay. But Bellio was the leader of the circus, wrangling everybody. Yeah. Thank you for doing that. Crozier hosted the night. That was really cool. Angel showed up late. That was always cool. Also cool.
Thanks.
Angel got stuck in traffic. How ironic that woman got stuck in traffic. How long did it take you to get there? It took me 3 hours and 10 minutes from Burbank.
It took me 3 hours, just shy of 3 hours, like 2 hours and 50 minutes or something like that.
Oh, okay. Is that their new slogan?
Yeah.
Morongo? Less than 3 hours
2
from your
hours
home?
Yeah, wherever you are.
Yeah, wherever you are. But, man, that hotel is so great, and the people that work there are terrific. Everybody is so kind, and just, they all seem like they love working there, which is really, says something about the hotel and the casino and the spa, and it really is cool. I got a text from, I think it was Crozier, that said, hey, I can't find Neil Saavedra because Neil ended up hurting his back, so he didn't come down and do his show live. And then Bellio gave you the second option. If you can't find Neil, maybe you can go watch Oscar Ramirez cruise around the lazy river. Man. And you passed?
Man. Well, Yeah. I had my binoculars with me. I was going to, but my window wasn't facing the pool area.
Oh, that's right. That's why you brought him for the pool area?
Sharon had warned me that Oscar might be there. So, yes. She'd give me the heads up that it was possible.
Yeah, like at 7:30, like, where's Crozier? Oh, he's up in the room with his binoculars. Oh, okay. That's our boy. That's Crozier. That guy's great. That guy's great, man. And then the two twins, the Ding Dong
The
twins.
Ding Dong twins.
They came by.
Ding a dong.
Yeah, ding a dong. And they always have such great energy, those two. Those are really cool. And then we saw some repeat customers from a year before, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And it was just a really great vibe. The food was terrific. The hotel was great. And we went up to Cielo. And, what's his name? Paul was there. One of the guys that saved Steph Ush's life.
Paul Ruffino.
Yeah, and his wife.
Trudy.
That's great. They were there.
So cool. Those two are just a great couple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Great
they're
pair
the
of people.
best.
Ben Moshe came out. What's her first name?
Aaron.
Aaron
And
yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, that was cool.
Matty Toffler and his dad.
Oh, you know, Matty Toffler's dad looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
I know, right?
The guy that works
they look
here.
like brothers.
Yeah, one of our producers who works here, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be 25, 26 himself. His dad looks like he's 30. I don't know what that guy's got to, whatever regimen he's on, he's got to do a video. God almighty. Dorf on health or something.
And he had the general energy to go along with it.
Yeah, he did. And a firm handshake.
Yes. Yeah.
Which he's got to pass down to his kid.
Gregarious dude.
Very charismatic.
Yeah. And a big, I guess, also a Miami Dolphins fan. But it was great.
Bill Handel.
Bill Handel was there with his wife. That was really
Lindsay.
cool. I talked to him for a long time. And Dave Weiss put this whole thing together. That was really nice of him to do that. I'm sure I'm leaving something out. Somebody out.
Brian's kids were there.
Oh, yeah, Michael Bryan, who did Traffic, and he had passed away, and his kid, he raised
Ryan and Jeffrey.
two really great kids.
Yeah.
Two terrific kids. And
They really are.
They both look great, man. I love those kids. And so it was great. After the party, I'm still trying to get my voice back from the party. I was yelling all night. I went down to the casino, drank a little there, went to Cielo, drank there, and then went downstairs in my room and drank there. God, it sounds like I got a problem. God.
Yeah.
And I finally, I found a wallet. I found a wallet down in the casino with a license, some money in it, credit cards, all that crap. And I have the license with me, and I'm walking around buzzed trying to figure out if I can find the guy. Because I don't want to give it
You just hold it up to people's faces.
I'm like, hey, are you Eddie? And the guy's like, no, I'm not. So this one guy comes up, he goes, hey, that's my buddy. I said, oh, okay. I said, give me that wallet, I'll give it to him. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. I said, what's his name? He goes, Eddie. I said, what's his last name? He goes, well, I go, here we go. He said, it's my girlfriend's friend or my sister's girlfriend's friend. And he's in the garage right now looking for his wallet. And he lost his wallet. I said, okay. I said, can you get him on the cell phone? Because I'm not giving you his wallet until I can talk to the guy. And they couldn't get them on the cell phone. The reception was bad. And he finally gave me enough information. Like he told me he lived in Redlands and said Redlands on the license. And he took it from me. And I said, I hope this guy I'm sure this guy will get his wallet back. He goes, yeah, I'll give it to him. I said, I know you're going to give it to him because, well, before I met you, I took a picture of his license and I've just taken a picture of you. So if he doesn't get his license back, because I'm going to write him a letter, the cops are going to get your picture and that license, and you're going to pay for that. And he's like, God almighty, are you tightly wound?
Just thinking.
All of a sudden, it's like, the Alabama coach yelling at him.
He's like, never mind, keep the license in the wallet. I'm not giving it.
He says you should do the Nick Saban commercial. No fun here. Lights out at 8.
Much pressure.
Yeah, but it was great. I finally went to bed at 6 a.m. And I'm too old to do that.
Wow,
What,
that is
dude?
amazing.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
And I woke up at 7:30 because I couldn't sleep. So I turned the TV on. The Rams are playing in England.
Oh, right.
So it's a 6:30 start. I caught the last half of that game. And then I left and I drove from Morongo to Santa Anita. And I'm like, standing around Santa Anita. They don't open until 11 o'clock.
No. There's no way. You left Morongo at what
Like
time?
around 8:30 or 9.
And you went straight to Santa Anita?
That's right.
On 1 hour of sleep.
On an hour and a half of sleep.
That cannot be true.
Yeah, it's totally true.
You are not that guy.
Totally true.
That
I got
blows my mind.
I got the tickets that didn't work at Santa Anita to prove. So I go to Santa Anita. I'm standing, and they don't open until 11 a.m. I get there at 6:50. Or no, at 10:50, and I'm waiting outside with 12 other total losers. We're there before the track opens.
Before it opens?
Before it opens, we're standing outside.
Did you guys run inside as soon as the gates open?
Yeah, as soon as the gate
jockeying
opens,
for position?
I go right to the chili. I get a bowl of chili, a little watered down, but it did its job. and I'm sitting out the track. There's nobody there, just me and 12, losers. And I went to the lady, and I had a hankering for popcorn. I go, hey, can I get some popcorn? She goes, we don't sell that anymore. I said, really? You used to sell for $7. It's about 20 cents worth of corn. Why don't you guys do that anymore? And all of a sudden, you could hear her, too. Oh, here we go.
It's like, you are tightly wound, sir.
The early crowd is always this way.
Troublemakers.
I am paying attention to your answer because I'm just taking a picture of your face.
Yeah, the early crowd's like, oh, in the old days, that kind of crap. And I said, why don't you sell popcorn anymore? And she goes, I don't know. But I have two theories on why they don't sell popcorn at the track. One, it gets all over the place. Yeah. And two, the birds. They come and eat it, and they S all over the track. That's fine. But anyway, it's a great party. I really enjoyed it. And thank you very much for everybody that made that trip. I really had a great time. I think it was the best party we've had.
I'm with you.
I really do. I think
agree.
the vibe was
so
great. The food was great. The hotel was great.
You, sir, knocked it out.
Betty,
you were
I
awesome.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Made
That was
everybody
a lot.
feel like, they had to make a little trek, but it was totally worth it.
It was
And
fun.
Jane Wells was there.
Oh, yeah. I introduced Bellio to a woman who looks exactly
doppelganger.
like Jane Wells. And I go, hey, Bellio, Jane Wells. And Bellio turns around and goes, Jane! Oh, you a-hole.
Not her, you.
Not Jane Wells. By God, she looked like
Can I
Jane
give
Wells.
just one shout out
Yeah.
to one listener, Jesse, the truck driver?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And he gave me money to buy dinner for the entire crew one night. So just a big thank you to Jesse.
Where's that money?
Yeah, what?
Oh, I
When are we
lost
getting the dinner?
it.
Oh, you lost it at the machines?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the machines.
Okay, all right. That's my girl. That's my girl. If she's learned one thing about it, take something from listeners, then blow it in slot machines. There you go. I consider that a huge success.
You've told
All right, we're live on KFI. Monks is next. We'll extend him because we went late in this segment, so he doesn't complain. We're live on KFI. KFI AM 640. It is the Conway Show. We have some cash to give away here. Here's how you can win $1,000.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bills. That's Bills, B-I-L-L-S. Enter it now at KFIAM640.com/cash. Powered by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If you're hurt in an accident, winning is everything. Call the winning attorneys at Sweet James. 1-800-9-MILLION. That's 1-800-9-MILLION or sweetjames.com.
KFIAM640.com/cash is the website, and you could put bills in, BILLS, and you might win $1,000. You can do whatever you want with that cash. All right, Monks is with us. Michael Monks, how you, bub?
We got 2 minutes.
I know.
What were you doing?
Can you do
in that?
another segment?
I don't think I can.
Oh, buddy, please. Well, I'll get on my hands and knees and beg you to please. People want to hear about what's going on downtown LA.
Oh, man. You know who also heard for the first time what's happening in downtown Los Angeles?
The mayor?
LA Mayor Bass.
Right.
She was invited to participate in a virtual meeting with the Downtown Los Angeles Residents Association. This is a relatively new group, but they have grown in size rapidly, advocacy. And we talked just last month. They released the results of this survey of 700 plus residents and business. What are the big problems? Public pooping and peeing, homeless everywhere, mental health crises on the sidewalks, vacant storefronts, trash, dirt, graffiti, all of that. A laundry list of stuff. They got the mayor on the line, and she joined them for a virtual meeting late last week that I tuned in for.
Bet she's happy she did that.
Well, it was interesting to observe how unfamiliar the mayor was with the neighborhood that her office is in.
Buddy, when she became mayor, remember when the 10 freeway, the fire under the 10 freeway, and they closed it for a couple weeks? She was flying around a helicopter, and she said to the pilot, she said, what is that freeway? And the pilot turned around and goes, that's the 110 freeway.
I mean, look, this is a big city. It's not unusual for folks to be unfamiliar with certain parts of it. But if you're the mayor, you at least have to be able to fake it.
You got to know where the 110 is.
You got to fake it. So I was surprised at some of the remarks that she made. For one, she was very, very complimentary of downtown and its aesthetics, its beauty. Except she was talking about a different city. Let's hear from the mayor.
That's great.
But I'll tell you, there's some downtowns that look superb. I was in last year when I went to the Democratic Convention in Chicago. You know, the mayors know each other, of course. And I reached out to Mayor Johnson afterwards, and I said, I'm so jealous. Downtown Chicago is pristine. And that's what we should strive for, too.
That's what we should strive for, Conway. If only we knew somebody who might be able to pull some levers to make that happen. So here was the most jarring statement that she made. Here.
I'm born and raised here, so I certainly remember when no one lived downtown. The idea that there's 90,000 people that live downtown, and I have to tell you that one of my fascinations is looking at all of these high rises, and it's like, who lives in these places?
Oh my God.
Who are they? How many of them is corporate housing? How many, what is the community? So I would love to get to know you.
Wow.
She'd love to get to know you.
Wow.
90,000 people who live in downtown Los Angeles where City Hall is located.
And unless she was born in 1775, there were people living downtown when she was a child.
Exactly. So it was a worthwhile meeting because what these residents wanted was to familiarize her with the problems facing downtown LA. I don't think they anticipated having to familiarize her with downtown LA in general.
Why would she even say that?
So what she has vowed, and the end of this story here, and we can move on with our lives, is they're going to keep meeting. She's going to come down and explore. But she did agree that she will move quickly to get more police on foot down there, which was one of the top requests of the residents.
I'm going to stay on high alert to see if that happens.
You may need to point her in the direction of downtown.
Okay, do you want to stay or are you done?
I'm done with you today.
All right. All right, Monks is done. Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's why I missed your big party. I'm sorry I couldn't be out there to party with you guys.
I know, and that's why we went late on the first topic.
That's okay.
We were
it's
pissed.
a great show. Everyone loves listening to your stories.
All right, 7 to 9 p.m.
I'll be back on Saturday.
All right, you're the best, dude. All right, Michael Monks, it's Conway.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It is the Conway Show. Ding dong. Oh, what a day out, man! Oh man, that was Crozier. Did you spend the night at Morongo? Did you sleep over?
I did, sir. I remember getting Jen and I got up early. We got out of there probably kind of around the same time you did, 8:39 or something like that. We saw a handle downstairs by himself on his phone, just farting around.
Oh, that's cool. Did you eat there before you left?
We had some coffee, we had a little bite. Yeah, just a little snack stuff to get us out, get us going.
At 4 o'clock. It's been 3:30. About 3:30, I went to Fat Burger at Morongo. It's on
in the morning, you mean?
Yeah, 3:30 in the morning.
I'm all about that. Good for you,
it's
man.
the best. And I said, I'll take a hamburger. I'm bombed. I said, I'll take a hamburger, chili, and lettuce only. Right? And he goes, we're out of chili.
No!
And the guy behind me, who was probably had more to drink than I did, he goes, what did that guy say?
Just like that?
Yeah. What did he say? He goes, he said he's out of chili, and he almost jumped the counter.
I probably would have felt the same way.
He said, I drove up here from Palm Springs. I said, you drove like this? He goes, don't judge me. Drove up from Palm Springs to get a Fat Burger with chili. He said he got off work at 1 o'clock, drove up to get a Fat Burger with chili. And I said, well, it's not going to happen. So I took the burger, went upstairs and ate it in like 4 bites, and then went back down and gambled again. Got a beer and a shot and went back down for round 2.
Man, look at you hardcoring it.
Oh, man. But I don't have it anymore to do that. I'm still feeling it today. I feel like there's, foil in my veins.
Yeah.
But it was a great event. It was a perfect event. Bellio does a great job wrangling everybody and making sure everybody felt like they were friends and family and at home. Bellio, you did a great job.
Thank you so much.
Great job. And Crozier and Angel and everybody there.
I agree, man. Like you said, it for whatever reason, this might have been my favorite one just because it had a great little vibe to it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. The food was better this year.
Delicious.
It was just unbelievable.
Those tacos.
Yeah, the tacos, and the potato bar and the hamburgers. Oh man,
John loves that mashed potato bar, man.
Yeah, that was a cool deal. And then I guess that turns into a club later on, so we had to take off at 8 o'clock.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, it turns into a.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, people get in there and get all crazy. But man, so many people come out and gave me, just cards and little tiny gifts and stuff.
Oh, that's right. Keith in Beaumont gave me a Starbucks card to give to you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And then that Tim Moran came out from Moran Ford, Chevy, and Hyundai.
Did he give you the
Frosted Flakes? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that box with your face on it.
Yeah, we got to put that on social media.
I will.
I got to find it, and I'll send it to you. Or did I send it to you?
You sent it to me. I just need to.
It's great. He put me on the box of the Frosted Flakes, so I'm Tony the Tiger. It was great. It was a great night. I loved it. I think it was my favorite out of all those events we've ever done there. I think the The people were cool. Everybody behaved. Nobody was got crazy. It was great. I enjoyed that. What time did you leave, Bellio? Did you get up early and split?
Yeah, I got up kind of early. Had to go home.
Oh, you had to go
and
get
take
the
care of
dogs.
dogs, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You left your dogs and.
But I was, on the slots most of the night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Really? Did you win?
I won and then I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And that's where our dinner money went.
What are you playing? Penny slots, nickel, dime, quarter?
A dime.
Dime. Money bags over here. How'd you do?
Not well, Tim.
She said at one point, before she went upstairs, she goes, "I'm up 20 big ones." You're up 20 grand? She goes, "No, I'm up $20. I don't know anybody in my life that calls $1 a big one.
To me, that's a big one.
I'm up 20 big ones.
I was up 20 big ones, Tim. I'm not a high roller like you.
I know, but I've never heard the dollar referred to as a big one. I'm up.
Simoleons.
Look, I got 30 big ones. Oh,
you
got 30
haven't
grand
seen
on
my
you?
paycheck. That is big ones, Tim.
I know. But it's just, there shouldn't be any abbreviation or nickname for $1. Not a big one. Big one is at 100 or 1,000, not a $1. Hey, I need to borrow 5 big ones. 500 or 5,000? No, just $5. Well, don't call $1 a big one, please, for God's sake. All right, we got to take a break again, then we'll come back. We got news for you. Don't worry, we're going to get news into you. We've had another jewelry store robbed in Arcadia. Another one. It seems to happen every week. Guy breaks in this case, he broke in through the roof into an adjacent business, then broke into the jewelry store and cleaned them out. And they only had insurance for $10,000 worth of their goods, and they had over $500,000 taken from them. Heirlooms, one of a kind, the grandfather's watch, the grandmother's jewelry, all gone. All gone. And the crime in this part of California continues. I don't know if it's happening in Arizona, Missouri, Nevada, Indiana, but it keeps happening out here. Maybe this is where all the money is. If you're smart and you're a criminal, you'd be out here. You wouldn't be in Akron, Ohio. You break into a house and what do you get? 20 big ones. It's about a wrap. All right, we're live on KFI. KFI AM 640. It is the Conway Show. There was an outage, massive outage with Amazon and Snapchat and all you people that are, glued to your phones and buying stuff and talking to friends. You're probably pulling your hair out. There was a study out recently that said, if you had one thing that couldn't be taken away from you would be electricity, water, air conditioning, heat, what is it? And almost 80% said the internet. They could deal with everything else, but you can't take the internet from them. And so people are really into it. They live and die with being online and social media and posting crap. It's all, people, they're on it for 12, 13 hours a day. Easily.
Millions of businesses use Amazon Web Services to store their data and run their applications and services.
We are constantly expanding our global network of AWS regions.
So when Amazon reported a massive outage overnight, it sent shockwaves around the world.
There was sort of a cascade of failures. Now it sort of takes a cascade to get everything working again.
Amazon Web Services, or AWS, is essentially a massive cloud-based IT storage facility for businesses. The website Down Detector, which is a crowdsourced online outages tracker listing dozens of companies with reports of problems, from Venmo to Ring doorbell cameras to the Starbucks app. The outage reported at 3:11 a.m. Eastern Time.
Oh, no. I was thinking about that, the Ring cameras. Everybody's got them. I know Crozier does. I think Bellio's got them. Angel, everybody's got the Ring camera. But you know what that's taken away, Crozier? It's taken away, these kids who are 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, and they have their first boyfriend or girlfriend or, whatever they're doing in life. They can't go to the door anymore and give the final kiss goodbye. It's all on video.
You got to go around the corner.
Yeah, you got to just sit in the car and, say goodbye and then casually walk her to the door and knowing you're both on video. It sucks. That's where, you knew whether she was into you or not. But by that conversation you had on the front step.
Yeah, you can't do it at the porch anymore.
No. And you can't do it in his car because you're not going to give him the real answer. If you're like, no, I'm just not into you. He's locks the car and takes off with you.
We'll find out.
All of a sudden he's in Nevada in the desert with you. But you can't. It's taken away that like romantic moment that we all had as kids where you hear the crickets, it's kind of warm out in the summer, and you're with this, this girl or the girl's with a guy or the guy's with a guy or the girl's with a girl or the girl's with a guy used to be a girl or the guy's with a girl that used to be a guy or the two girls are together. Is that enough, Bellio? That cover everything?
I don't know.
All right. So, but whoever you're into, you can't do that at the front door anymore.
You were such a romantic.
Thank you very much.
Softy.
I appreciate that. All right. Massive outage with the computers.
If you go to your banking website, you're trying to book airplane tickets on their website, or you're using a messaging app. All of those different companies are basically renting computers and services in one of these large data centers.
Yeah. So you're hosed.
Experts say that's the risk of running so much internet traffic through a single provider. And so many companies had issues today. Everything from ordering food from McDonald's to placing a bet on FanDuel to telling your friends about it on...
Or both. Both. Maybe you're ordering McDonald's while you're playing, or betting online.
Food from McDonald's to placing a bet on FanDuel to telling your friends about it on Snapchat. By 6:35 a.m.
What are you telling your friends on Snapchat?
To telling your friends about it on Snapchat.
You're telling your friends you went to McDonald's and bet online?
By 6:35 a.m. Eastern Time, Amazon reporting the underlying DNS issue has been fully mitigated. But outage reports for AWS continue this afternoon, according to Down Detector.
Even once they fix some of those problems, there's going to be a big backlog, and there'll be errors that will take some time to get worked out.
That outage even causing ticketing issues for tonight's ALCS Game 7. That issue, though, resolved just before game time.
Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, that game has that game already started? What time is it? 5?
Just after 5, so like 10, 15 minutes from now.
Okay. And that's Seattle and Toronto.
Yes, sir.
And whoever wins that is going to the World Series against your Los Angeles Dodgers. And I went home and watched that game on Friday night. I couldn't believe it. I don't know if anyone's mentioned it or talked about it maybe on sports radio, but that Ohtani, what a game. Pitches, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs. One of the home runs left the stadium. And one of the guys that got, I think, the last home run, he's already been offered $1 million by a Japanese businessman for that ball.
We were talking Thursday about how he had been in that slump, and then he had that almost accidental hit on Thursday, and how that might have kind of broken that slump that he was in.
What a slump.
Boy, did it.
Well, look, he was hitting 158 going into that Friday game. And if anyone were to say, hey, who's going to be the MVP of the World Series, you could have got long odds that it was going to be him. Yeah. And he did. You had to have that kind of game to get long odds when you're, to get the MVP when you're hitting 158. So it was a great weekend for sports in Los Angeles. The Dodgers are going to the World Series. They had a big party on Friday. And then the Rams went to London, I think, where they played that game. And they beat up on, who'd they play? Florida, Jacksonville, I believe. I was sort of hungover when I was watching that. I think it was Jacksonville.
Yes,
Jaguars, yeah. And they beat them up. They were winning, 21-0 at halftime.
They wiped them up.
Yeah, and that was really cool. Real quickly, Crozier, you know football. Sure. And I was embarrassed that I didn't know this either. But yesterday, I don't know who was playing the Raiders. Oh, it was Kansas City. Kansas City was playing the Raiders. Kansas City ended up with 30 first downs. 30. How many first downs do you think the Raiders had yesterday?
4.
3.
I was giving them too much credit.
You know what that means? That they had 1 in either the first or second half. Because they didn't have all 3 in one half. So they had 2 in the first half, 1 in the second half.
So they lose 31-0 to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
What was it? 2 weeks ago, it looks like they lost 40-6 to the Colts. Man,
it's not a good team.
Raiders, Isha.
And it's not. They've got. I mean, the Raiders management doesn't put up with this kind of crap. There's going to be some major moves. They don't care what it costs them.
Tom Brady's going to hop back in the huddle.
Yeah, they want a winning team, and you have to have a winning team when you move cities like this.
They have some fantastic players on that team. That's a good foundation.
Yeah, a lot of injuries though. But have 3 first down in a game, that is, I've never heard that before in my life. All right, we're live. It's Conway Show on KFI AM 640.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.